Dear Anne, welcome. It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you so much. I'm very happy that we can speak finally after several tests, tries, and yeah, thank you so much. Actually, I think everyone who is interested in this part of tourism or hospitality I mean, everyone is welcome to my heart, but I think this is especially a time where we really have to work together, I feel.
Of course, of course. And it's the sense of community. This is sense, and that's why we created this kind of micro community to connect with people that they are conscious. We're going to speak a little bit about your beautiful journey around the industry, how you started, and your work has deeply influenced how we understand healing in hospitality, not just as a service, but as a philosophy. And Healing Hotels, which is your company, of the world, has shaped a global movement, toward conscious travel. And I'm thrilled we get to dive into your journey today.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a bit about your path into founding Healing Hotels and what that first spark looked like?
Thank you so much. Especially today, I received an email from a friend. I'm not using his name, but he's very well known in the industry, changing from a high level CEO position to go on new ventures because he believes that hospitality should do good. And I immediately applauded him. And I thought this is actually why we created Healing Hotels of the World almost 19 years ago, because I think all of tourism, but especially hospitality, we can do better as we are doing now. Not for the bottom line. I mean, people know how to make money in this industry, more or less. But the effects of hospitality can do, creating peace in the world, literally. Imagine all these hotels, thousands and thousands across the planet, are all messengers of peace. We have never really thought that far, I think, in the industry for many years. So that's why, I mean, even 18 years ago, it was a little different idea. It was more like a new understanding of what ultra luxury means. And that for me was, or for us, was really, what do we really need as people? What is the real luxury? And that is in my case, and it was in my case, if I'm connected with my soul, with my heart, if I feel healthy, I feel I have everything I need in my life. So looking back, to 18 years ago, I think that's what we felt was going to happen. And now, honestly, I don't want to bore you with my past because I think that's really not important. Important is that I believe in healing. I believe that every person has a capacity to live a healthy, happy life if we are trusting our intuition, if we are trusting ourselves. And I'm very interested more into how can we move forward together.
Of course. And it's interesting because you started that 18 years ago. Now we're living the last decade. I will just bring it. Even the last 5 years, yoga has become a must in a very fast-paced environment. But the deep sense of healing and the real sense of healing and spirituality and how we can apply that into our lives. And nobody has really gone into that level because there are moments that
Yeah. Allow me to go back a little bit here to talk about our standards and criteria. So when we start this, I understood that from my own life that wellness is great. It's fabulous. You give yourself over to a treatment, for a moment you are completely taken care of. But I understood from my own life that this is not enough. We have to create a sense of responsibility. I have to say yes. I have to say a big, strong, loud yes to myself, saying, I from now on take care of my own health and well being. And I learn how I can do this. And I take vacation where I find places where I do this. So with this in mind, we created the criteria. I think you and I discussed this earlier. Standards and criteria. It took us 2 years with people, experts, professors, just legal people, people, tourism like myself. I was a tourism advisor for governments, all over the world. We got all that information, all this knowledge, the wisdom from different people, from healers, as well together and say, okay, this is what a healing hotel should look like. It should be a temple of healing when you go, and not religious, but the moment when you arrive, you know something is going to change for the better in your life. That hasn't changed. That has not changed, Nicolina, because I think we're still I mean, we're in an incredible time right now. Let's look at it in a positive way. It's a time of change, and it hurts, it's painful, it sucks, it's not pleasant, but it's time for change. And how can we change? And that's where the criteria coming in. If we are very honest to ourselves, where are we standing right now in our life? How do we work with or how are we as people? How do we show up as people in our family, with our friends, with our loved ones, with our children, with our community as people? And that is healing. The hotel is the facility that holds the space. Yeah. But we as people are super important. We are the ones who really make that happen. Not know if I answered your questions, but that was important for me to say. Mhm. Yeah. What you're looking for. So thank you for that question, Nicolina. This is a razor's edge walk for everyone. And why am I saying razor's edge? Because I need to go back and talk a bit about my past, because that's, important to understand. I was in luxury hospitality, by being a representative for American states, for Arizona, for Australia, India, and so on. I've been there. I've stayed in the best hotels in the world. And in the beginning, I found it was super sexy, super cool, but it was so boring in the end, because once you have that, there is it's like if you have enough chocolate, you can't eat any more chocolate, right? So, and still the desire is there for more. So you sit in your super hyper, whatever luxury suite, where you have a piano on your side and anything, but you don't feel it. That was the pivotal point in my life. I didn't feel it anymore. I saw the luxury, but I couldn't feel it. And that was a moment where I understood what I think I'm probably not the only one who is actually trying to get something more out of that stay in a hotel. And even the best service, even the best food, even the best whatever champagne does not give you that what you're actually seeking. I say this because it was my experience. So the customers today, and it's an amazing time for healing hotels of the world, and an amazing time for everyone who's on that journey, because people are now coming out of the closet, so to speak, and saying, actually, I'm seeking something more. Before it was dangerous to say that. But now, either if you are with top politicians, top VIP from all walks of life, all of a sudden, slowly but surely, there opens up is actually, I need something, but I don't know what it is. I need something which money can't buy. Yeah. And that is what we have to answer. And we have to trust that. Because if you look at trends, yeah, okay, the Global Wellness Institute, fabulous people. I love each one of them. Great creation. But the statistics we see there are not embracing a huge part of humanity who doesn't have a word for what they see. We don't have really words to express what healing is after all these years. So that we have to trust that, take the electric cars. We trusted that at some point people wanted to buy a new way of transportation. We trusted when the internet, when the digital revolution started, we trusted that this will happen. We didn't have evidence. Trillions of dollars have been put into that development without knowing if it ever would work. What is that? Now we have 8.4 billion people living on this planet Earth. And I assure you, maybe right now it's 20% of people feeling that something more. Maybe in a year it will be 50%, but the masses are already there. And we in hospitality don't have the answers yet. Yes. Beautiful. Mm. Mhm. But I think you can have both, Nicolina. I think I think, through my life, I happen to, get in touch with people who have nothing and less than nothing, and there are people who have more than everything. And we are the same. I believe, can I say this? We are all children of God. It sounds cheesy, but I think it's true. So we are the same in a way. The essence of us, we are the same. But we have different walks of life. I think we have a different karma. We all had, and that may sound esoteric, but I believe it. Esoteric, actually, this is not a bad word. So we all came here on planet Earth with a certain playbook. We just forgot to bring it. So we have to remember what it was. Why am I here? Big question. If you ask people, I truly believe, maybe that's naive. So what? Everyone, known or not known to themselves, want to do good. And then something happens. The desire kicks in, because doing good means you have to dig into your heart. You really dig into your stuff, into your emotions, the whole thing. So this is the razor's edge. That's the walk. This is what we call life. So even if we seek war, maybe we think at that moment this is the right thing to do. I know, maybe, yeah. Or if we fight with our neighbors, maybe we think totally that's the best thing we can do. We just don't know different. Hence, we have to go on the learning path. I'm on it every single day, every single day. And it's no end. I can live otherwise. I don't know how to live, because honestly, I think I don't know. I mean, I think the future is bright. Let me say that. I think we can do fantastic things in the world. I also think we shall not be scared, but we have a job to do, each one of us, young, old, whatever, race, color. We're all the same. We have a job to do, and that is going deep in our heart and see what's happening. Non-religious, but really take it on as a job, the work to do, the inner work to do. And the hotels, and that's why we created them, can be, or if they are, the more courageous they are, the more passionate they are, the more skilled they are, they can help everyone on that journey. And we do need help. Do it, we know a little bit, every one of us, but we get distracted and then we forget. So we do need guidance. We need friends who help us on that path. No, It's both, it's both. I was just thinking, you actually, you took my thought, or I took your thought. I don't remember how, but so talking about the business structure here. So we created the hotels, we created the brand and the standards and everything around it. And we keep creating by the day, by the way. So we have a membership procedure. Hotels who are mostly hotels apply, or we get in touch with them, and they have to fulfill our criteria and standards, the healing hotels of the world criteria and standards. Once they do, they are invited, to apply formally, and then we dig a bit deeper with a self-assessment and if possible with an audit. And then they are listed on our website, and the whole marketing process goes on, because we obviously taking the hotels to the market, so B2B to B2C. And I have to say, the priority or majority of our work lies in helping hotels best practices, helping them with the healing programs, helping them to understand, helping the staff. We have created workshops. I think we touched on that already. Last time we spoke, we have to create the two sets of workshop. One is the a healing visionary workshop for investors and people who want to build a hotel or in the pre-opening phase. And the other one is a healing excellence workshop where we get the whole staff, the whole talents together in and make sure that everybody breathes the idea of healing. So it's a two-way. It's many jobs under one roof. Yeah. Yeah. Well, then they can't become a member. So they have to have an idea. Otherwise, if they, we can't do that. We can't. I mean, if a hotel is just a hotel, let's say, who has no vision for this, we can consult them. We have a consulting company as well. So we consult them and say, okay, if your wish is true, if you have the capacity, the finances, everything is in place, and you have the true passion, yes, we have a consulting program. That's called the Healing Hotels Consult. Yeah. Let's talk about money here for a moment, Nicolina. If you are planning to build or buy or transform your hotel into a healing hotel, this the investment is clear. It depends on all the different circumstances. The only thing which is different with a healing hotel is to have a longer, you know, time before your ROI kicks in. That's very important. Miracles can happen, but I haven't seen it in those nearly 20 years. People who have invested strongly in the beginning, in staff, in training, in understanding, like one of my heroes is Euphoria in Greece. This woman is an amazing, she's a healer. She was a banker. She had her own investment firm. So she has all the skills. Greece, a goddess. So she has never stopped. Better, 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 with the practices. She's very courageous and she knows how to make money. That's the financial skills are hugely important here. We cannot dream it if we don't act on it. Yeah. So, I mean, I had to learn the hard way in my own life, that I have to learn more and better how to make money with this. And money is there. If we create the right products, if we create the right programs for people, it will come. But it is a different way of income and different time frames, different timelines, something that we also teach our hotel partners when, if you wish, in our workshops. It's very important. So yes, that's our marketing. That's introduce it and make them feel, this is sorry for interrupting you, but I mean, you touched my passion point here. It's almost like, when you use, people are so used to the word wellness. Now, recently, in the last 2, 3 years, especially after COVID, the word healing came in more and more and more. to understand what it really means. People think I have a broken arm, I need to heal it. It doesn't help if I say, well, my friend, you may have a broken soul, you need to heal it. Because people don't know what a broken soul is. And I don't even know if that's true. But the fact that the thing is, there's a constant education needed from all sides, from our side, our marketing team, to the customers, from the hotels market to train their marketing team, to not focus so much on the rooms and on, you can do that too, but yeah, educate your clients, educate the travel advisors, which we have done over the last 5-6 years. We have a group of luminaries, we call them best travel advisors in the world. We have done trainings and workshop with them over the years for them to feel what healing is, and their clients love it. So it's a big thing. It's new. We have to be courageous. We have to be patient, very, very, very patient. And we shall not forget that this is a work with purpose. Yeah, absolutely. Hmm. 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 See, honestly, Nicolina, I'm using this all the time because it's my tool. I'm not using it at night. So I don't scroll Instagram. I mean, nothing against social media. It's important. It's beautiful. But we have to know what we want as people. Coming back to the thing about responsibility. In the hotel, people usually arrive there on their mobile. They arrive, they just don't even look at you. So some of the healing hotels, they don't allow mobiles, or they ask you or beg you, to just check in with your family once a day. Of course, you have to do that, but try and get away from it. Just try it, because the moment you understand that your true needs cannot be answered here, but we can't even convince anyone. We have to feel it. You have to feel it in the soul, how you feel after a yoga class when you look into your neighbor's eyes, after a moment where you have a true connection with a human being, and the difference when you have your stuff here. And I think it's a process. I have no technology. I'm a fan. I love it, but we have to know what it does to us. Yeah. Mhm. Big time. That's one of the, I mean, there are many, many benefits for the hotels. One of them is really, so if you look at the nature of the hotels, Corina, it's rather small properties normally, other than the urban heating hotels, they're bigger. In a smaller property, the guest mix is highly important. Yeah. Because you go on a retreat, you do all these things, and it's important that you feel good. So people who are coming in with a complete different wish list or mindset, that they don't feel well there. So what happens is that you are creating some sort of a guest mix of people who really want to be there. Otherwise, nobody is happy. They are not happy. You're not happy. So that's one part. The other part is that obviously one of our long-standing members, like Ananda in Himalayas, one of our first sign-up, the top, or Kamalaya in Thailand. They have the highest possible repeater guest rate ever because people, it like, I mean, they could go to another place and they would receive fantastic healing too, but they want to go back there because they fell in love. So they stay true. Mhm, 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 mhm. But that's healing. Actually, I mean, there are the properties. So the difference between going to an ashram, which I do at least once a year for many, 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 many years, on a silent retreat, different story. That's a completely different thing. If you go to a healing hotel, it's still a hospitality situation. So people, I think there are properties who offer silent retreats, which I love, but that means the retreat is silent, but they also allow. I don't like the word allow. I mean, but it offer spaces, where you can connect if something is really bothering you deeply. Yeah. Again, we live in a free world, Nicolina. We cannot put another pressure on us, to become holy in a week. It doesn't work. Maybe if you're super, super, super special, but we have to. I mean, we all have desires. We all have these things, and we should live them. I'm not a friend of when I go to the ashram, different story. That's my place. But when I'm in the healing hotel, I also like the interaction with people. I like to talk to them. I love to listen to them. The one-on-one conversations, my dear, they are the most healing thing in the world. They really are. So we need to be a little, not put another set of pressure on us. That's the wrong message. I'm also, I mean, I don't drink alcohol for decades almost, and all of that is, I'm a vegan, blah, blah, blah. But if people, whatever they like, I'm not a judge here. We all have different ways of entering a place where we don't need that alcohol maybe anymore. We still may want it. Yeah. I wanted to ask you, I mean, about, the addiction. I mean, to my understanding, and please correct me if I'm wrong, to my understanding, an addiction, you know, we are seekers still. The addiction is a form of seeking has been gone out of control. I mean, so that's my very simple explanation. So we need to find out the root cause of our addiction. So I'm not 20, so I don't know. That's a different. I can't speak for this age group. There's something missing in my life if I seek something out of my range of possibility. So on Instagram and all these social media and TikTok, they answer this perfectly. So made to be addicted. But what is missing, Nicolina? That's what I'm interested in. I'm asking myself if I want to go on a trip again, if I blah blah blah. What is missing? What can I not have here at this moment? And I still love to travel. I still love all of that, but I want to know, where does this go out of control if I'm not satisfied with what I have? The all desire ego machine, right? So that's what we need to look in. What is missing? What are we doing to one another as a human family? And what can we do better? And how can we do it? There's no way of saying you cannot use. I mean, of course, you can give kids a limit, but I think in my case, I'm an Aquarius. If you say to me, you can't, I do it for sure because that's my way. That's how that's my fabric. But this doesn't help to understand why am I not able as a person to stop watching something which I know is not good for me. What's happening in my mind? And what is that? How can I nurture that desire for something in a different way? I think we have around 70 at the moment. So, and many of them worldwide, and many of them are with us for many years. Like I think Ananda is the longest standing for 18 years now. So is Kamalaya. Yes. So what we do is we have started 10 years ago, 11 years ago, we started the Healing Summit, which was more like we brought people together, change makers from all over the world. It was not actually a retreat. It was more, like so first 1 day and then 2 days. It was about money, economy, healing, psychology, the whole thing. Last year, we did the first Healing Summit retreat, 25 people coming together for a 3-day retreat. It was beautiful. We do this again next year. The hotels themselves offer their own retreats. So we do our own signature retreat, but the hotels are in different places. They have their own fantastic practitioners. So we don't really, um, to get into that space right now, other than our Healing Summit retreat, which is called the Heart Retreat. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, okay. Yes, yes, yes. So what we have is what I call is like the Healers Hub, where we have many healers across the world, where we can, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, it's right now it's a family-owned company, but we have other partners coming in, and we need to have as much as possible global interactions, and we need cultural exchange. You cannot sit in your own little bubble and think global. I mean, I have traveled all my life the world, but I think still we need a constant. I need my friends from China. I need my friends from Russia. I need my friends from the United States, from India, from everywhere, from Greece, from Poland, to show me what's actually going on. And yeah, yeah, and this is my plaything. Yeah, yeah. This one is that's actually from a friend in China, and it smells beautiful. Yeah, it's from a sacred tree. So I usually wear this around my hand because I don't like any metal on my body.